guys, here we are on Metropolis. It is a 4-player map. As you can see it down at the 6 o'clock position is our blue Terran player from the team NSH.Jjakji, currently up 2-0 right now. It's the Juggernaut Terran. It is Jjakji. And up at the top of the map in the red from the team Empire has to win this game or the match is over. It's all on the line here. In fact, his command center is on 2 lines. It is Empire.Kas.
That is true.
There you go. He's on more than 1 line right now.
Wow.
And a circle.
Oof. Yeah.
Yep.
So that would actually kind of be close to the X-Men symbol underneath if that
cool.
command center was lifted off. But
he's going to need some mutant powers to beat Jjakji, I think.
I think you're absolutely
strong,
right.
Yep.
Yeah, you did mention, as NubFP pointed out to us on Twitter, yes, we have termed Jjakji the Juggernaut Terran. Because in Team Arena Challenge, with the exception of the final best of 9 against Prime, anytime he was called in to do damage, he pretty much won a game and then won out for his team after that.
That's right. Pretty much just goes through players like Juggernaut goes through brick walls.
That's true. That guy gets momentum, man. Watch out.
Can't stop him. He's a Juggernaut, man.
That's true.
That's right. Well, if you take his helmet off, you can like mess with his brain, but
well, yeah, of course.
Normally, you can't stop him.
Right.
In an ideal situation.
That's true.
Speaking of ideal situations, Kas is certainly going to be looking to create one here. Looks like he is going to be going for gasless fast expand, most likely here.
Wow, once again. This is actually the 3rd game in a row he's done this, and he's taken some pressure from Jjakji in both games. Yeah,
you know, I got to say I'm a little bit surprised with this because, like you mentioned, he has taken some damage early on from Jjakji's kind of a little bit longer-standing 1-base build. Kas does like to get an expansion very quickly, but you know, I feel like we need to see him do something a little bit safer this game than go for that 1-rax expand right away.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about this before the cast. Kas is a very, very, very macro-happy Terran player. He loves playing macro. He's very, very good at it. And it seems to be that whenever a player is able to put on the kind of pressure that Jjakji has been, and he gets disrupted a little bit, that's when I guess vulnerabilities come out in his play, and Jjakji's been able to take advantage of that pretty well. We'll see if Kas has a different look this go around though. Is that SCV not going to get in there and scout?
What? Oh man! I can't believe that SCV escaped.
Euro SCV
barely got away. That Marine's like, I want to kill an SCV too.
It sounds like fun.
A reactor. Oh, I like this. Reactor right away from Jjakji, just using that gas. Oh, no, not just using that gas to get the reactor down. Oh, he does see it. Okay, so here's the thing. He does see it, but that's okay because there's a lot of people. Oh, that SCV. Jjakji was shooting his own SCV.
I saw that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry,
awesome.
I thought you were red. I thought you were red for a second. Sorry about that.
It was just a reflex. It was just a reflex.
Side.
Like, what was he A-clicking towards that he accidentally clicked his SCV? I have to know.
I don't know.
All right.
Time will only tell. But so here's the thing. Kas saw that reactor go down, but that's not actually such a huge deal. There's a lot of Terran players out there that do a 1-rax expand but get just enough gas for that reactor just to produce, you know, multiple Marines early on. So Kas may not be thinking double gas 1-base right now. He's probably not. He's probably still thinking it's going to be a fast expand. He is putting down that bunker, but I would say that's more normal. You know, normally you do want a bunker at this point in the game.
And he is double gassing himself as well, so we'll see what happens as, oh, there's a tech lab on the factory, and already going into a starport as well, so very strong 1-base play. I mean, especially with the reactor being put down on the barracks and the double producing Marines, he is going to make an extremely strong push here.
Yeah, and I wonder if he is going to go for something like Banshees here. I'm kind of feeling that he's going to go for like just Marine Tank Viking and just go for a really strong little 1-base push. This build is like the thing everybody does in TVT on Korea, at least it was for a long time. I called it the Terran 4-gate for a while, if it is going to be what he's doing here. Yeah, starting that tank right away, we're probably going to see a Viking immediately, and siege mode, probably going to see a Viking from that starport too. And it just comes so fast, and it's so strong that unless you're prepared for it, the siege tanks are just going to tear you apart.
You remember when Vikings were popular enough that there were builds that were actually designed around reactoring out Vikings as quick as possible? Those were dark days. Those were dark days.
Tank Viking?
Yes. A Tank Viking or even the Blue Flame Hellion Viking.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's the great thing about TVT, though, is that it's gone through so many interesting phases, interesting changes here.
Yes.
You can see a Jjakji's supply just kind of shooting up because he's focusing on macroing rather than expanding. And
Kas scanned.
Yeah, he did scan. And he did see that. So, you know, we might see him put down another bunker. We might see him try to prepare a little bit more here, but it's all about those siege tanks getting in position. You know, if that happens, and you've got vision from a medevac or a Viking, something in the air to give you that range, it's very, very difficult to get out there and stop. You need to pull some SCVs. You're probably going to lose some of them if you hold it off at all.
Yeah.
So it's a rough situation for Kas to be in early in the game. You need to really respond to it well to come out of it in good shape.
Kas is putting up a factory in a third barracks right now. We'll see if Jakji pulls any workers off the line or if he is just going to attack with what he has.
Yeah.
Viking did just finish as well, in addition to that medevac, which brought some tanks up to the front.
Yep.
And here comes Jakji.
Yeah, he's going to do this as fast as he can. Just kind of stop and start shelling that bunker then. First tank is almost out. Actually, no, it's not. That was Jakji's production tab. So Jakji just continuing to make tanks here.
Yeah.
Using the medevac to carry some units up on the high ground, possibly.
Yeah.
And he has got vision on that ramp, man. That is going to be really tough right off the bat for Kas to handle.
Just splitting up his forces like that is so strong. And he's going to take out some supply depots as well. This barracks is probably going to be shelled to death in a second, down to less than half health.
Man, this is something that Terran players are really going to need to watch out for. The ability to just come up and immediately cover the ramp with siege tanks is very, very strong in this matchup. So this is going to be a push that everybody's going to be watching for from now on this map.
And Kas is almost supply blocked, actually. He doesn't have any more supply depots coming up either, so it's going to be killing units, essentially, is what's going to free up his supply. The Marine's now heading out, shelling that bunker as well. It goes down. Kas, only a couple of units left, and these siege tanks are just going to leapfrog forward.
Yep, pretty much. And with 3 siege tanks, it's going to be very, very difficult for Kas to break this. He's going to need to pull some SCVs and just go for it soon, because every tank that shows up is just a much stronger position for Jakji.
All right, well, he's trying to get Kas to fall back into a siege tank range, but now the tanks are so far ahead for Jakji that he is putting on serious pressure on Kas. I don't know how Kas is going to hold this.
Yeah, I have my doubts. It's going to be very, very difficult. There he comes. The SCV's trying to attack siege tanks.
Oh, wow, GG.